Okay, well, I guess I should be prepared for these things before I make them, seeing how it costs me so much to do all these things. But I'm not. And, you know, my favorite verses in the Bible are like Genesis 126 to 130, and then like Genesis 6:4 talks about the giants on the earth and stuff like that. But I think it's very important that people talk about where we come from and what we're doing here and what our purpose is. I met a gentleman this morning that was getting old and decrepit and ready to die, and he says he's ready to lay down. And I says, well, have you said your piece? And does everybody know what you got to say? And he goes, I think so. And I says, well, then it's time to lay down and die. I guess I'm saying all this to say this, that like one of the things I'm calling for is a royal commission on the existence of God, aliens, our species goals, and our place in the universe. And people need to think about like where life began, and the Bible says that like Jehovah created us, basically did a DNA splice, and he did that out of what had evolved here. Maybe the chimpanzee or some sort of Wookiee from Star Trek or something, who knows, some sort of interdimensional being. But we were created by other species. But there's one thing that people got to start thinking of, and that's like the life here on Earth and the life out on other planets could possibly share the same DNA. And that opens up a lot of possibilities about who we are and how we should be treating each other, and how we treat these homeless, our money supply system, our monetary system versus a resource-based economy. There's lots of things we need to think about that are so much greater than is marijuana good or bad. And I think one of the things I'm trying to say in this video is that we not only need to have like a coming out party where people that smoke pot that are professionals and don't want to soil their reputation come out and admit that they smoke pot and they support me. But we also need to evolve. And like in Genesis 1:26, it talks about God give us dominion over the planet. And that means that you can't really be a trespasser. And we need to look at how we're treating these drug addicted homeless, and we just don't need to look at the social economic models and say, hey, drug prohibition is a policy choice and it acts like a tax and it taxes the person out of their home. We just don't need to look at that. We need to look at it and we need to say, what kind of a species do we want to be? Like if we were interacting with another species from another planet, what would we want them to think about us? So that's what I'm trying to say today, is that I met this guy, he's dying, and you know, I want to leave a record of what I have to say when I go. I want to let everybody know that I didn't participate in this madness that's going on, the insanity of the drug war, that I did everything I could to stop it, because it was just the most ridiculous and destructive and expensive policy. It's just a bunch of nonsense, and our government officials keep on it. The city of Abbotsford is broke. We're running out of money, and they're still hiring more cops, and they're prosecuting the marijuana war harder than ever. And you'd think that they'd quit because they're out of money, but not in Abbotsford. So I guess that's all for today. If there's a coherent thought in there, I thank you for finding it. But basically, I guess it's we can be more, we can do better, and we need to think about who we are, and we need to make our life count and show that like we have something to say. Everybody has to do that, not just me. But if everybody stood up and spoke up like I do, then we'd have a lot better world. Okay, that's it.